This read aloud was in collaboration with Miss Kim. Her read alouds are so cute. Be sure to check the link at the end of this video to Miss Kim's Frozen read aloud. Hi, it's Desiree. My goal is to bring more books into your homes, from my bookshelf to yours. The kingdom of Arendelle was a happy place. The king and queen had two young daughters, Anna and Elsa. The girls were their pride and joy, but the family had a secret. Elsa could create ice and snow out of thin air. One night, Anna convinced Elsa to turn the ballroom into a winter wonderland. As the sisters happily played together, Elsa accidentally lost control of her magic. An icy blast hit Anna in the head, and she fell to the floor unconscious. The king and queen rushed the girls to the trolls, mysterious healers who knew about magic. A wise troll named Grandpappy saved Anna by removing her memories of Elsa's magic. He explained that she was lucky to have been hit in the head, not in the heart. The troll told the king and queen that Elsa's powers would only grow stronger. Fear will be her enemy, he warned. The king and queen knew they had to protect their daughter. To keep her magic a secret, they closed the castle gates. The king gave Elsa gloves that contained her powers, but she still was afraid she might hurt someone. She even avoided Anna to keep her safe. Then, when Anna and Elsa were teenagers, their parents were lost at sea. The sisters had never felt more alone. Elsa stayed inside where she could hide her magic, but she could not keep the castle gates closed forever. On the day of her coronation, her subjects were invited inside to celebrate. Anna was thrilled at the chance to meet new people. She had barely stepped outside when she met Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. The two instantly fell in love. At the coronation ball, Prince Hans asked Anna to marry him. Anna said yes, and the couple went to ask Elsa for her blessing. Elsa refused to bless the marriage. She couldn't let Anna marry a man she had just met. Anna couldn't believe her sister. "Why would you shut me out? What are you so afraid of?" she cried. As Elsa fought with her sister, she lost control of her magic. Ice seemed to shoot out of her hands. Now all of Arendelle knew her secret. Panicked, Elsa fled into the mountains. With her secret out, Elsa let her powers loose. A storm raged around her as she created an ice palace and even changed the way she looked. Below her, ice and snow covered Arendelle. Anna felt awful. Leaving Hans in charge, she went after her sister. As Anna trekked through the forest, she lost her horse. Luckily, she met an ice harvester named Kristoff and his reindeer Sven. The two agreed to help her find Elsa. High in the mountains, Anna and Kristoff came across a dazzling winter wonderland where they met a living snowman. "I'm Olaf," he said. Anna realized that Elsa must have created him. She asked Olaf to lead them to Elsa so she could bring back summer. Olaf loved the idea of summer and happily led them to Elsa's palace. Inside, Anna told Elsa about the terrible winter storm in Arendelle. "It's okay, you can just unfreeze it," she said. But Elsa didn't know how to stop the snow. Frustrated, she cried out, "I can't!" An icy blast shot across the room and hit Anna in the heart. Kristoff rushed to help Anna. "I think we should go," he said. At the base of the mountain, Kristoff noticed that Anna's hair was turning white. He knew his friends the trolls could help. Grandpappy saw at once that Anna was hurt. "There is ice in your heart, put there by your sister," he said. "If not removed, to solid ice you will freeze forever." Grandpappy explained that only an act of true love could thaw a frozen heart. Anna knew Hans was her true love. Maybe a kiss from him would save her. Anna, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf raced back to Arendelle to find him. But Hans was not in Arendelle. He had set out to look for Anna when her horse returned without her. Hans and the search party arrived at Elsa's palace. The men attacked Elsa, and she defended herself. Suddenly, one of the men aimed a crossbow at Elsa. Hans pushed it aside, and the bolt hit a chandelier. It crashed to the ground, knocking Elsa out. Hans and his men took her back to Arendelle and locked her in the dungeon. Outside the kingdom, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven hurried down the mountain. Anna was getting weaker by the minute. Kristoff was worried about her. At the castle gates, he passed her to the royal servants. He was starting to realize that he cared deeply about Anna, but he knew that her true love, Hans, would make her well again. Anna found Hans in the library. She asked him to save her life with a kiss, but he refused. Hans had only been pretending to love Anna so that he could take over Arendelle. Putting out the room's fire, he left Anna to freeze. In the dungeon, all Elsa could think about was getting away from Arendelle. It was the only way to protect everyone from her powers. Elsa became so upset that she froze the whole dungeon and escaped. Alone in the library, Anna could only dwell on her mistake. In trying to find love, had she doomed herself and her sister? Just when Anna had given up all hope, Olaf arrived. The snowman lit a fire even though Anna worried that he might melt. "Some people are worth melting for," he said. Olaf looked out the window and saw Kristoff returning. The snowman realized that Kristoff was the true love who could save Anna. Olaf helped Anna outside, where she spotted Kristoff across the frozen fjord. If she could reach him in time, she would be saved. But then she saw something else. Hans was about to strike Elsa with his sword. Using the remaining strength, Anna threw herself in front of Elsa. Hans' sword came down just as Anna's body froze to solid ice. Elsa wrapped her arms around her frozen sister. "Oh, Anna," she sobbed. Then something amazing happened. Anna began to thaw. "An act of true love will thaw a frozen heart," Olaf said. Anna's love for Elsa had saved them both. "Love!" Elsa cried, looking at Anna. "That's it!" Elsa realized that love was the key to her magic. She reversed the winter and brought back summer. Hans was astonished to see Anna alive. "Anna," he said, "but she froze your heart." "The only frozen heart around here is yours," Anna said, and sent him reeling with one punch. With summer restored, Arendelle returned to normal, but from then on, the castle gates were open for good. For the first time in a long while, Arendelle was a happy place again, and Queen Elsa and Princess Anna were the happiest of all, for they found their way back to each other.